On the first week of summer break, my parents had planned a nice, relaxing trip out of the country for themselves. That left my dog and I home alone for an entire week. As they pulled out of the driveway, my dog and I waved them off. I had expected nothing more than to have a boring week house sitting. After we went back inside, the two of us spent the morning binge watching random movies. Time seemed to go by quickly when immersed in watching TV. And after about the fifth one, I realized how quickly it got dark outside. I came to the decision of going to my room to sleep, and expected my dog to follow. Instead, he sat in front of the back door waiting to be let out. I grabbed some slippers and a jacket, then opened the door and stood outside, as I waited for him to finish his business. It was exceptionally chilly outside, which formed goosebumps in my arms. I could hear trees rustling, but I had just assumed it was because of the windy night. My backyard had a fence, but it was short enough to the point where I could see on the other side. In the distance, there was a dark figure peeking from behind a tree. I stood there frozen, and swore we had made eye contact. Luckily, my dog was ready to go inside, so I had pretended like I hadn't seen anything, and locked the door as soon as we entered. I took a seat back on the couch, my dog jumping to sit next to me. Trying to forget what I saw outside, I turned on the TV and flipped to the news station.
Breaking news. It's been reported that a serial killer is on the loose. Please be sure to lock your doors and stay inside until further notice.
Sweat dripped down my face, and I quickly turned the TV off. That man standing out there with a serial killer on the loose, that was no coincidence. This was fate. My dog started to whimper as he realized something was wrong, and I was debating my options. Do I run outside and take the risk? Or do I hide upstairs and wait for the person to leave? I sat hidden behind the couch and saw a figure through the blinds on the back door. My heart raced as I heard the doorknob jiggling. They definitely knew I was inside. I ran upstairs with my dog in an attempt to hide. We hid in the closet of my room. Even though it was on a completely different floor, I could hear the exact moment the back door was forced open. Once they were inside the house, they took no time in looking for me. The footsteps up the stairs seemed to take forever. They walked loudly, almost as if they wanted me to know they were approaching. Once the footsteps stopped, I could tell they were in front of my door, and it slowly creaked open. The closet's blinds let me peek through to see what was happening. I watched them look under my bed, peek behind my door, until they finally stopped in front of my closet. Before they could open it themselves, I made the first move. The house was all mine for the week, so the pros seemed to outweigh the cons. The smell of fresh blood entered my lungs. The serial killer mentioned on the loose was me, but no matter how many times you warn people, some just aren't careful enough.